you want to separate from Canada?
Yeah, most definitely. I'm Alberta, USA.
Okay, and why would you want to separate and be part of the U.S.?
They're a bigger country who would not want access to 350 million people in that kind of market. They're the biggest economy on earth. They're the freest country in the world. Canada's been milking us dry since 1961. They've taken literally almost $700 billion in federal taxes and spent them somewhere else. They're unwilling to make the electoral system fair. There's 32 seats in Atlantic Canada for half the population of Alberta, and we have about 37 seats right now. They're unwilling to address our demands for oil. We haven't even placed those other demands on them.
Gotcha.
So yeah, that's my reasons.
And what about, so do you enjoy, like the population here is quite small, right?
It's about 5 million people, about the size of Ireland.
So if you would be part of the US, what would you think would happen to Alberta? Don't you think people would start flooding into Alberta since we have such a big open space?
Oh,
would
for
you
sure.
want that?
For sure. But they are right now too. In the first quarter of the year, we had hundreds of thousands of people let into the country.
But if you're part of the US, how much more people are going to come?
Well, that's what they want here. That's what Danielle Smith wants. That's what the Trudeau and the Carney Liberals want. They want a Canada that has 150 million people. Danielle Smith herself, I believe, has stated that she wants this province to grow rapidly and a lot. So what better way to have it grow than to join the United States, right?
Different mentality though in the United States. I like the Canadian mentality.
You like the
better.
Canadian?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
With all the guns there and the
you don't think we have guns here?
We do have guns, but I think like the crime rate is less here than it is in the United States.
Yeah.
I feel more safe here.
You feel more safe?
Than, if you travel to the US, you know that everybody has a gun there. And you never know when you can get robbed.
Yeah, I guess that's the feeling up here. Yeah. It's not that people don't get robbed here. Or there aren't gun crime here. Sorry. Yeah, for certain those are definite drawbacks of the States. I would just say look into it more carefully. Like most of when they skew the gun statistics. I don't feel good about not having property rights in Canada. Like they want to confiscate guns basically. They've banned another 1,500 different types of guns. I'm not a gun owner, by the way. So I don't know how you feel about them banning gas-powered vehicles, banning guns, and then all of a sudden, the buyback program is essentially a gun confiscation program. So, that allows them to confiscate anything they want. They might decide one day that, not only that they don't like guns or gas-powered cars, maybe they don't like houses. Maybe we all move into small one-room apartments. So we have no property rights enshrined in the Constitution. They do not recognize property rights. In the States, they recognize property rights. So that's one of the key reasons they're a lot freer down there. The other key reason the States are different, and I'll leave you on this one point. I've studied it extensively. In Canada, we have something called the Charter of Rights. Yeah. A charter is something that one human gives to other humans. Sort of like the Hudson's Bay had a charter to operate in Western Canada. It was given by the King. Same thing with the Charter of Rights, ostensibly given by the Queen of Canada in 1982. You can have these rights. In the US, they had a Declaration of Independence, and they made it very clear no king, no man, no woman would give them rights. They were already God-given rights. So they declared their God-given rights, and then they had a Bill of Rights that reaffirmed that. And they said the government shall not abridge. They used language like that, or shall not restrict. Here they make it sound like they're giving us rights. In the States, they already recognize those as God-given rights. So that's the main difference between Canada and the US. We don't, in the US, they don't have a king. We may think they elected a king. We may make jokes about it, but King Charles just showed up to read a speech from the throne, and that hasn't happened since the late 70s. So Carney went to go visit the king, and he said, hey, can you go read my speech to the throne? And we're there telling the Americans you have a king when they elected their guy. We didn't elect King Charles. And King Charles is still the king of Canada, no matter what any Canadian thinks. So that's So you have to decide, you know, you're gonna let some guy he poops and dies to tell us what to do, or do you think that they should be God-given rights? So that's, we have a God-given right to protect ourselves, not leave the keys in the letterbox so someone can take our car because we're scared someone's going to shoot us in bed. And that's exactly what a Toronto cop told people in a community meeting in Toronto. I don't know if you saw that clip.
No, I haven't
that
seen
was embarrassing. You know, literally embarrassing. An actual cop telling a community meeting, oh, it'd be safer to leave your keys by the mailbox, because we don't want you getting like you're going to get home invaded. So maybe if they see the keys, they won't harm you. Whereas a county sheriff in Florida at the same time is saying, well, if you shoot the guy, well, that's great, because he was there to steal your car and possibly hurt you. So
are you a U.S. citizen?
No, I'm not a U.S. citizen. I was born a couple 100 kilometers from Calgary. So
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So have you visited the States?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
What's your favorite
Hawaii
city? Oh, okay.
Yeah, why wouldn't it be Hawaii? But I've traveled to probably between a half and 2/3 of the states. I've been to New York, all the way to California, Hawaii, Florida. There's maybe some southeast states I haven't been to. Like I want to go to Texas, but I haven't been there yet. So okay. Anyway, well, thank you.
Yeah,
I'm Jay, by the way. You're
Nizar.
Nizar.
Yeah.
Please, thanks for stopping.
For sure. No
Okay.
problem. Yeah. Take care.
Thank
Have a
you.
good one.